Hello, everyone. My name is Svetlana Mucha, and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. And today, with our beautiful executive director, Katerina Romanenko, we want to talk to you about the matchmaking process, and more precisely, when is the best time to start the matchmaking process. Katerina, I'm sure you will agree with me that every year there are several people who reach out to us and they tell that, yes, I want to meet someone, like meeting the lady with whom I will start a relationship is a priority for me because I want to have a relationship that will lead to marriage. I want to get married. I want to have kids. But now it's not the time. And then these same people reach out to us like 2 years later, 3 years later, and usually the history repeats itself. So again, we do the interviews, we talk about what we can do for these people, and usually like we get same situation when the gentleman tells that, yes, I want to start it, but maybe next year. We have actually been inspired to this video, to this topic by a gentleman, I think he has reached out to us 5 years ago for the first time. And he was in his middle 30s then, and he thought that he should try to do it on his own, and the time was not right. And 5 years later, like he reaches out and he tells that, you know what, I didn't actually date. I have traveled, I have accomplished a few projects at work, but I didn't date. So let's talk about the best time to start the matchmaking process. I will
Hello,
let you talk. I'm sorry for talking too long.
It's a very interesting topic, and really, we decided to talk about it not accidentally, because it really happens every year. We have such guys who return to us for the second, third, fourth time, and every time they're waiting for some right moment. And in general, I think that we can divide people, all people, into two groups. In first group will be people that are not waiting for any sign to start something in their life. For example, if today they decide that they want to get a better form, tomorrow they go to gym. If today they decide that they want to learn how to paint, they will take classes this week. So they're not waiting for anything because they understand that our life is limited, our time is limited. And if you want to take something, if you want to do something, you have to do it as soon as possible. And there will be the second group. It's people who are always waiting for the right moment in everything. They're going to the shop, they see this beautiful coach, they like it, they understand how beautiful it will look in their living room, but they are not taking it. They're waiting for the discount. And of course, when discounts come, this coach is already bought by someone else, and it's happening in every situation in their life. They want to go to gym, but let's start from Monday, from summer, from New Year. They're always waiting for the exact moment to make it like the start of something that they want to do.
Katerina, to which type of people, group of people do you belong?
I think I belong to the first group in most cases, because it can be some mixed situations. Sometimes I'm waiting for better understanding of some hobby, I don't know, something that I want to visit or I want to learn to do. And sometimes I'm waiting to understand if I really want it. But if I decide that I want something, then I'm trying to find a specialist very fast. For example, if it is something connected with hair, with cosmetics, I try to look for it the same day when I decided that I want it. But it's true that we have such people who return to us every year or one time in 2 years.
Because hair and cosmetics is a priority for you, and this is something you enjoy. Usually we do find time and we make a priority things that are either like very important to us or we are very passionate about it. Or they are like easy to achieve because our brain likes to trick us by telling, see, for example, you wanted to buy this sofa, you bought it, like you have achieved your goal. Because something that takes requires more time and effort from our side. Like, for example, starting learning a foreign language. People already, like, their brain thinks about the way, all the road ahead to achieve this goal, and it tries to keep its cozy, not so active, maybe lifestyle, and gives us idea that now it's not the time, you don't actually need it. So if you will think about like all decisions that we took quickly, usually these were either like things that we really enjoy, or like it was a real necessity, like we really needed that so far, or we really needed to go to the dentist.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting you.
I agree with you. Because if we are talking about something that we really enjoy, then we will do it sooner. For example, that we want to go to spa, I think that we will do it very fast, because it's something that we don't need to do something instead of it. So we can just go there and enjoy the process. Of course, if we are talking about learning some new things, language, again, gym, something else, relationship, we can put it here. Then, of course, it requires time, exact effort from our side, and we start to find excuses that I have an important project at work. Now it's not the right time. I think that my divorce is not in the past yet. So we try to find some excuses why we don't do it exactly today. But there is a secret for such people, that there is no perfect moment in this world. So if you're always waiting for it, if you're looking for some signs that it's time to do it, it's the right moment, then you will not get them. Especially if you find an excuse, then even if you will see a huge billboard on the street that it's the right time, do it, you will find an excuse and you will say, oh, it's not my billboard, it's for something else, for someone else. So such people, they will always find not the opportunity, but an excuse why not to do it today or tomorrow, or as
reasons. They don't take it as excuses, they took it as reasons. Because, for example, this very gentleman I was talking to, who has already reached out to us like 5 years ago, and there is another gentleman also this winter. I think he has reached out to us at least twice within the next 6 years, and they both told me that, you know what, like, I wanted to start the matchmaking process and to meet someone, but then COVID has started, and then all the lockdowns, and now the war, and I don't know, maybe the signal that I don't actually need it. You know what, like, international dating is definitely not for everyone. And being in a relationship, it's also not for everyone. Just the other day, we were filming this video with our psychologist, Alessia, for the ladies, where we were talking about like the pressure that the society puts on women, that they have to be married till a certain age, they have to have kids, and how many ladies sabotage it. For example, by canceling the dates, or like raising the bar way too high because she doesn't want to get married yet. And subconsciously or consciously, she is looking for excuses to show her family, like, see, it's not me trying, not trying enough. Just not enough good men. I have tried to date him and it didn't work out. Anyway, and one of the gentlemen, after talking to him, he said that COVID and this and that, and I told him that they actually have seen so many beautiful love stories growing and developing during COVID. And one of my favorite couples, the gentleman, he was 70 when he got engaged and married. And his wife, she's, I think, 14 years younger. So they have quite a big age gap. And they are married for like 3 years already. And they met right before COVID and all the lockdowns, and they have managed to build their story. And I think the fact that they have managed to overcome all these complications, like closed borders and limited traveling and all this, and closed embassies to finish the paperwork. I think all these obstacles, they only push them closer together and make the whole story more romantic, because it's definitely one of a kind. And like our couples from Australia and Now we have a +2 more families, Ukrainian, Australian families. Also, like these people, they didn't see COVID and closed borders as a sign to stop searching for love. Yes, like the ways were changed and they had to do like lots of it online, because offline it was impossible and it was dangerous. So unfortunately, it is almost impossible to find like the smooth period in your life, because something will always happen inside your family, inside your office, in the country, on the continent. So things will always come up, and to look for a perfect moment when life will be perfect, like your professional life, your family, or all your relatives will feel good with all your friends, with the politicians, with everything. I don't think it is possible to find such a smooth, perfect moment.
Yes, and also one client came into my mind now. He already has bought our service. He already paid for the package. We already had several interviews with him. We started even to interview ladies. We approved with him several matches, and then because of it, he decided that he want to postpone the process a little because he doesn't want to travel in Europe while it is COVID. And we remind him always that are you ready to start the matchmaking process? What we are waiting for? You can start dating. You can start meeting ladies. What we are waiting, and he is already our client, but he tries to find some excuses. Why not now? It's COVID. It's war. Situation is complicated. I'm not
It's
sure.
winter.
Yeah, so
It's spring. Maybe we should do it in summer.
yes, and we are telling him that you already have the service. You have to go on dates. If he would go on dates when he has bought our service package, he would be already, I think, maybe even married, because it was pretty long ago. And always we are reminding him that maybe now you can start dating, and he continues to postpone the process. So
You suggested like, let's start with Zoom dates. No, I don't want Zoom dates. Let's do dates in Europe. No, I don't want dates in Europe. Let's do make dates there. No, I don't want. So it's like always about excuses. But again, it is okay if you don't want to date. It is okay if you don't want a relationship. It is okay if you enjoy single life. So not everyone wants to have a family. Not everyone needs to have a family. Some people are married to their professions, or some people are married to their passions, like people who are very artistic. And I have met people like that, for whom, for example, their art or their career or their business is more important than building lasting romantic relationships. They are not ready to invest time into it. But they look at their friends and they look at their family members and they start thinking that maybe I should do it because there is like pressure. So you have to be honest with yourself if it is something you really need and want. But I also have met lots of people who are truly relationship people, and they want to have a relationship. They want to have kids, they want to have family. Like we have met guys who, for example, he bought a house and then he was planning all the rooms. He knew that, for example, these 2 rooms, they will be like nurseries because he wants to have kids. So he has everything ready. And now the last step that he has to like make is to actually start dating women, because he needs a woman who will create with him this family and will turn this house into home. And he blocks himself from this step. Like start with online dating, start going out to meet people, hire a matchmaker. It's yes, the matchmaker, on the one hand, it can be a price solution. On the other hand, if you will compare how much time and money you will invest, for example, into Tinder, into like going out with 50 different people from Tinder, just to get disappointed at the end, you will understand that I should have bought a matchmaker, like the most luxurious package, for example, and it would save me so much time, effort, and money that I have spent on those dates. But again, in this video, we try to talk about time, the best time. But when I think about time, some people think money, because instead of, for example, investing this time into your career or into your hobby, you invest it into some online apps.
Mm-hmm. Really,
sorry.
About our clients, I can say that for them, starting the matchmaking process is really some kind of an investment into their future, into
their investment.
I'm sorry?
It is an investment.
So because I think that all people understand that the right person can change your life drastically, and as well as the wrong person can also change your life. So of course it is,
and also drastically, unfortunately.
Yes, so for sure it's an investment, and for sure it's an investment not only of money and emotions, but of your time. That's true. So you will have to spend time on building the relationship, on dating, on meeting ladies, but you have to build the right attitude to it. You will enjoy the process if you do it with pleasure, if you have the positive thinking about it. You will do it with positive emotions, so you will enjoy the process, and you will never think that instead of sitting now on a date, I could be in my office working on a new project. Believe me, you will not think like that. You will enjoy it. You will meet new people, you will communicate, and in the end you can really build a relationship that you need. It can be a long relationship, so it will be a family in the future. So think about yourself, and it's absolutely right. It's you're not guilty if, for example, you don't want to have a family or you don't want to have children. It's absolutely normal, but you have to be honest with yourself. Or if you want to have a family, or if you want to have a good harmonious relationship, then ask yourself what you are doing for it. But right now, ask yourself that I want a relationship. What did I do to meet a lady, for example, during last several months? Nothing. I didn't have any dates. I didn't go to any places where I can meet someone. I didn't visit any parties. I didn't communicate with anyone online. So what did I do to meet the right person? Nothing. So are you still waiting for the right moment? The right moment is now. If you're watching this video, then you got that sign that you have to think about the right moment. And also, I want to give an example and we can understand sometimes really, but it's not when they are waiting for the right moment, but they are waiting for the moment when they can concentrate on the relationship. For example, we had a client, now he's happily married with our help. And when he contacted us for the first time, it was very soon after his divorce. So he had the first interview. We talked with him. We explained to him the details of the matchmaking process, what kind of dates, in what term he will have. So everything that we usually explain to our clients, we describe the service package, everything. He thought about it for several days, and then he said that really I feel inside that exactly now it's not the right moment, because I just was divorced 2 months ago. Now I need to deal with everything after that, with paper, with documents, with everything. But please contact me in December. It was 2 months later, and I think I will be ready. Just please contact me that I'm not sure that I will remember it, but please contact me and we will discuss it again. So we did like he asked us to do. We contacted him in December. He said, oh, really, I feel that now is the right moment. I finished all that paperwork, everything. And now I'm ready. I feel that I'm emotionally ready. I can invest time into it, all emotions. Now I can be concentrated on something new. I stopped thinking about everything that was in the past, and I can start thinking about something new. So we started the interviews. He came to Ukraine. he has met his now wife, and now he's happily married. So his understanding of time and readiness was absolutely healthy. He knew that very soon he will have the moment when he will be able to concentrate on your relationship. So it was healthy in his case. And really, it happened like he thought. He decided for himself that yes, when I finish with this step of my life, I will start a new chapter. He did it, and now he's happily married. So it's like a healthy planning when person is honest with himself. So he understands what he wants in the right moment of his life.
Katerina, I can think of several clients, I'm sure you can think about them too, who have signed up the contracts with us the next day after they got divorced officially, or right on the date when they got the papers, because it is very individual. And also divorce, it's a lasting process. It's not like they have broken up today and tomorrow they want to start dating. For some people, from the moment they have separated with their ex-partner till the moment the papers were finished, like 2 years or 1 year has passed. And some people have managed to heal during 1 year or 2 years. And there are plenty of people who are just relationship people. And after the divorce, they still believe in love and they still want to have a relationship and they want to date one woman, because many men are one woman man and many women are one man woman. So they want to start a relationship. They don't need this single time. Well, other people, they actually need this single time. And I know that Alessia, she has turned down many ladies who have applied for our database, who, for example, come with this divorce certificate and tell that I'm divorced and I want to start dating. But after talking to our psychologist for 20, 30 minutes, they both realize that it is too soon and it is better to start with doing some therapy, going to Spain, trying some online dating or some dating events to understand if this is something you need. Because it's one thing to join like the free database, and it's another thing to like pay for a matchmaking service. And also to join the free database, we don't need women who are not ready, emotionally not ready to start dating again. And it's okay, like we all are different, and breakups are different. They are all painful. I have never heard about an easy breakup. It's always painful. Even if, for example, a lady and gentleman had just 4 dates and for whatever reason, the gentleman has decided not to date her. We have seen lots of tears in our office. And even with Zoom dates that we do now, it's not pleasant to tell a gentleman or a lady that there won't be our second Zoom date, for example, because of this and that. This timing, it is impossible. It is impossible to tell that this time is perfect or this time is not right, because something will always come up. And again, like you have mentioned at the very beginning, when you read something, for example, new hair treatment, and you want to try it, you do it straight away because it is something you are passionate about. And now we all know why Katerina has such beautiful hair. So you jump and you do it straight away because this is something you are passionate about. If we feel subconsciously that this is going to be a challenge, like, for example, taking driving classes. I know several women who still don't drive cars, and they know that they should do it, but they kind of push it away because they feel that, okay, I'm in my 40s and I will be too old to learn, and people will make fun of me, or I don't want to start learning it because I like it that my husband is driving me everywhere and I don't want to change it. So I find excuses why not to start this driving class. Same with dating. You have to be like very honest with yourself. You can be, you can give so-called white lies to your aunties when they ask you why, for example, you're still not married, or why don't you have a girlfriend? And this is not something you want to. You can think of a white lie for your aunt or for your grandmother, but with yourself, you have to be very honest. And you have to keep in mind also the importance of timing, because sometimes men think like, okay, I'm 35 now, like in 10 years when I will be 45, it will be a piece of cake for me to find the right lady. No. Same with ladies. For example, when lady, she's, for example, 39 or 38, and she tell that I want to date only someone my age, so only someone who is 38 or 39, I usually tell them that and she tell that, oh, I don't like older men. I don't want to date even someone who is 5 years older. Well, you should have thought about it when you were in your 20s. Then there are plenty of guys your age, and you could easily have dated them. Now, when you are 38, um, you have to look at people who are actually looking at your type, and there will be many men in their early 40s, middle 40s, who can share your goals and values. So timing and thinking about your age and your life situation, it is important.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes.
Katerina, we have seen with you so many men like in their 40s, early 50s, who tell that, oh, I want to start a family. So they kind of want to jump this last coach of the train and still do it, but then their chances will be really limited.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and sometimes people they don't think about it. And men sometimes they think that oh, at the moment that I decide to start the process or to start the search, there will be plenty of ladies that will be open and will want to meet me, to date with me. But you know, it's sometimes when, for example, we have the first interview with the client, and when we discuss the client after that with Svetlana, with our psychologist, we very often we have in our mind already ladies who we want to introduce this guy to. So we have this exact portrait in our head, and we understand that we have these ladies in our base, and then we already want to start the process because we know who we want to interview the first. But after that, the client is saying that, oh, I decided that I want to wait a little, maybe I will start it next year, or for example, in winter or in summer. And we understand that really he will start the search later, but we have these ladies in our mind already now. So they are also in the search, and we can introduce them to each other. But clients decide that I will do it later. So maybe
Katerina, I was thinking about this guy. We worked with him maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He was in his late 30s, I guess, an IT programmer, and he was married. He married very young. He had a kid. Then they got a divorce, and this gentleman, he lives between, I think, Belgium or Switzerland now and United States. He lived only in States when we have worked with him. We have introduced him to a lady, and since we're like looking very promising, so there was mutual interest. But he has decided that he could do better, and he has broken up with her because like there is plenty of fish in the sea, and he should have tried. And then like every 2 years, he would reach out to us and ask if we could introduce him to someone younger than, for example, the age group we were working with. And not so long ago, he has texted me, I think on Instagram or on Facebook, telling that, you know what, the girl you have introduced me to, like, she was actually like the best from people I have dated so far. And do you think it will be okay if I would reach out to her? And I've told him that I have no idea where she is and what she is doing right now, because she has left our database like after a failed relationship with you, and they were dating for a few months. And he later texted me that she is married and she has children, and he has found her on some social media, and she told him that she is in a happy relationship and not interested. So sometimes men and women, they think that, okay, I can just press pause here and go explore my options, and then I will return and I will re-enter the dating market right where I have left it, or I will start dating this same person right the moment I have decided to put it on hold. And reality is people change, and if that woman wanted to build a relationship, if like getting married and having kids was a priority, then for sure, she will grieve that relationship. We all grieve when it doesn't work out, unfortunately. But then she has moved on and she has met the right guy, married him.
It's a pity when people don't value something that they have today. And very often, because of it, people lose opportunities, lose good potential relationship, lose sincere people who have shown interest in them. So it's also very important to learn to value people and the opportunities that you get today and here. It's very important to understand that it's not accidentally that you have decided to contact, for example, matchmaking agency now. It's not accidentally that you have met someone and you can try to get to know each other better and work maybe on your future relationship. So you should know that every moment in your life it can be changed. So why to lose any opportunity that you have? I don't know why to do it. So if you have contacted already some professionals, some agency, then it was for a reason. It's not something that is happening randomly. Don't wait for the right moment, because if you already communicating with some professionals, then why it's not the right moment? Then it is. If yesterday you didn't know about this opportunity and today you already know about it, then this is the right moment. What you are waiting for until your project at work will be finished.
And then there will be another project and another, maybe the
yes.
next company.
If you're moving to another city, who knows, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, the next month you will move to another country. It doesn't depend on the relationship. So what are you waiting for some sign? It's already a sign. If you're communicating with people whose profession is to introduce people, then it's already a sign that you have to think about it, changes in your life.
Katerina wants to introduce everyone and to set the dates. I like it when clients actually shop around, in the sense that they contact different dating services and they go through different interviews, and then they choose something, choose the service and the process that, in their opinion, works best for them. Not always it works best for them, but it is important to compare how you feel. Compare if you can connect and relate more to this process or to that process, to this professional or to that professional. I went to this Matchmaking Alliance gathering in the US and in UK last year, the American Matchmaking Alliance, and all our colleagues, they are very different, and we all attract different type of clientele with different personalities. There are matchmakers who specialize in working, for example, with ladies in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, and I don't know where they get the patience, but they actually get them into relationship. There are matchmakers who works with celebrities and with very, very successful, financially successful and popular people, with men and women. There are matchmakers who work with only men. There are matchmakers who even matchmakers who work with women who have gained lots of extra weight, and part of the process is embracing your current body and working on it. So we all are very different, and I know that we are not the company for everyone, but very often when I feel that we can do a really good service for this man, and he tell that, I'm just 38 now, so I will come back to you when I'm 45.
And usually they hope to date the same age group
Same type. Yes.
Hmm?
So when he's 38 and he wants to date ladies in their late 20s, yes, it's achievable. We can do that. And I have women in mind who really match all the criteria and who will really like his type, and they will have fun together on dates. But when he's 45, ladies in their late 20s, it will be very hard, and women in their late 20s who would be open to date a man in his middle 40s, not always they will do it for noble reasons, and not always this reasons will lead to a long-term relationship. I had a funny situation. I was talking to a girl not so long ago, and she is 22, and she said that she's 22, and she feels that she will never find real love because all the boys she goes out with and all the men she goes out with, she doesn't see any of them as her future husband, and have asked her, but are you really thinking about marriage right now? She said that no, she just got her new job and her first apartment. She's just out of the university, and I told her that it is okay that you don't want to marry any of them. If you like dating, date. And she read my books, and she said that, oh, but if I don't have this feeling that I want to get married, this means that I will be a spinster. You are 22. And I've told her that you should contact me when you are 26 or 27. And if by that time you won't meet a boy or a young gentleman you want to marry, I will introduce you to such a man. But if right now marriage is not on your mind, it's okay when you are 22. But when, for example, women in their 40s contact us and they tell that I have lots of time and lots of options, it feels a little bit different.
Yes.
Same with guys, even though guys love telling that, oh, women just age differently. No.
And usually when guys say that age is just a number, usually they want to date much, much younger, but not ladies of the age. And it's always a question, if age is just a number, then why don't you want to date someone of your age if it is just a number?
Women are same. You remember that lady who has written that, Svetlana, my age will tell you nothing about how I look or about my personality. So let's put into my papers that I'm 45.
But usually people, they look their age. They can look very good. They can be in a great shape, but you always can say the age from the photo. So
you can look really good for your age.
Yes.
You can look so much better like in your 40s than, for example, you looked when you were in your 30s, but you still, nobody will confuse you with a person in her 20s.
That's for sure. So I don't know why people don't want to be objective, why they don't want to be honest with themselves, because first of all, it will influence on them badly, not on someone else. So
okay, Katerina, if we are speaking about appearance, like several times over the years, we were contacted by gentlemen who said that, okay, I want to lose weight because I know that I've gained some extra weight. I will lose weight and then I will start the matchmaking process. And I think that you should do dating and taking care of your health. This should be two parallel processes. And I will explain to you why. We have worked with a gentleman, and their family is one of our favorite families that we have ever created. We have been to their wedding. And the gentleman, when we have started working with him, he had extra ways. He is an IT programmer, and like sitting in the office, he worked for a huge IT company. And when we have started working, I've told him that you should start losing weight because he was in his middle 40s and he wanted to date younger ladies because he wanted to have kids. And till the moment we started working with him, from the moment we started working with him till the moment he went on first dates, he already lost maybe about 7 or 8 kilos. Not much, but you could tell the difference. And we got him into a relationship with the lady, and they dated for maybe 4 or 5 months, and unfortunately it didn't work out. So they broke up. But I would say that this has encouraged him to continue with his diet. And he did such an interesting thing in his office to his team. He told that if people actually catch him, like with a bottle of Coke or eating unhealthy snacks, then he will take all people who worked in his department, like 70 plus people, out to the fanciest restaurant. And he said that the whole team was like spying on him trying to catch him eating something unhealthy. And of course, he was encouraged not to do it. And then after he broke up with his first girlfriend, we have got him into a relationship with, we waited for maybe a month or two till we started searching for a new match for him. And then he has traveled to Europe again, and we did the second introduction, and he started dating that lady, and they ended up getting engaged, married. They have 3 kids now, so they have a happy end. So the whole process from the moment he signed up the contract with us till the moment he went out on a date with the lady who has became his wife, it took over a year, because like we did the search, and then he had this start relationship. So he started to date one lady, they unfortunately broke up. He had several introductions, and one of these introductions was his now wife, with whom he built a relationship. So if we count it from the moment we signed the contract till the moment he got married, it was almost 2 years. And of course, within these 2 years, he has continued working on his health. And later when he got married, like his wife also like has participated into this process. But let's assume that this gentleman said that, okay, at first I will get the body I want and the body I dream, and then I will start dating. It would take him several years, like literally, and then he would be not in his middle 40s, but in his late 40s, or maybe even 50s. Maybe he would turn 50. And the pool of candidates we could have given him, it would be very different. And the age group of ladies would also shift, because you grow older, and the group of ladies that feel ready to date you, who want to date you, they also grow older together with you. So I would start it at a parallel process. And we have worked with several clients like that. And always I encourage to do it at the same time, simultaneously, because you can never get that for the perfect body you dream of. Yes, you can get a better body. You can feel more confident, and confidence is important. But also dating can be, it can be a huge reason to actually get better when you see reaction of ladies.
Yes, in general, relationship, it's a great motivation for everything. So even if the right person is near you, then this person will motivate you to be more productive at work. She will motivate you to get your body shape that you were always dreaming about. So if the right person is near you, then the chances that your life will change into better are really very high, because the right person is the right motivation in our life. And if you have the positive attitude to everything what is happening with you, if you have noticed what person will be really like your real partner in life, and with whom you can build relationship, then really you can do it at the same time. You can be more productive at work. You can go to gym, you can start learning new languages, everything with the right person that will be already in your life. So waiting for the right, the connection is different. When you're waiting for the right moment while you're building career, working in gym and many things, you're losing time. So the time that you could be happy with the right person and doing all this at the same time, I think I'm sure you understand that it is the happiest scenario than when you prepare everything in your life before and only then you are meeting, like you're trying to meet the right person, because everything will change. The pool of potential candidates will change. I don't know, this situation will always, it's.
And you have to learn how to court a woman. It will also take time. For example, with this gentleman from an example, yes, his first relationship failed because before hiring us, he hasn't been into a serious relationship with a woman. I'm not talking about like plans, but serious relationship, more than, for example, 5 dates with one person. He hasn't been in such a relationship for more than 10 years. And yes, the first relationship unfortunately failed, partly because of lack of experience in dating. And it takes time. There is no guarantee that the first person you will be introduced to will end up being your wife and the mother of your future kids. Some people are lucky like that. But the majority of people know it takes time and it takes multiple introductions. It is a journey. You have to learn how to court women. You have to learn how to flirt. You have to learn what to pay attention at when you are on the date to choose the right person. Because very often people pay attention on the wrong things and they jump into the wrong conclusions and they don't get the result they want because from the very beginning they didn't know what to pay attention at. And this has influenced their choices. So it takes time and you have to think about time. When you are 22, you have plenty of time to date around and to take it out of your system, which many people usually do. And it's actually very hard to find a lady in her early 20s who is very marriage-minded, who is really marriage-minded, because we have several clients in their late and middle 20s who want to date serious ladies, but they want to date younger, of course, and ladies in their early 20s. When you are right out of the university, it's very hard to tell what you want to do with your life. Yes, there are ladies who are really family-oriented and relationship-oriented at this age. This doesn't mean that they want to have kids tomorrow, though, of course, when you are just 22. So it takes time. You have mentioned like learning foreign languages, and most of teachers and most of like people who speak multiple languages, they encourage to start practicing the language right from after the first lesson. So you have learned like 10 new words, you have to start using them in your everyday life to relate to these words, to memorize them, to understand the meaning. And some people are afraid to do that. So they learn lots of words, they write, they attend classes for years, but then they don't practice and they don't speak. So I agree that you have to start doing it. Like same with dating. You can watch lots of videos about dating with dating tips. You can read many books with really solid dating tips. But if you don't practice dating, if you don't implement all these tips, it's just theory. So you have to do it at the same time. Waiting for like the perfect ways or for the perfect opportunity, it's not very smart. And you want a lady who will choose you just for your six-pack, or you want to take a lady or to meet a lady who will appreciate you for not only your body, but also for your other achievements, for how kind you are, how smart you are, for the fact that you are a team lead in this big company. So it's not just about the body. Of course, women want to feel attracted to their partners, but it's not just about the looks. So it's quite shallow to think that women just look at the body, because some men shallowly look just at the body. So that's why they assume. So when is the best time to start the matchmaking process? When you decide that starting a family and building a relationship is your priority, because it will take time. It won't happen overnight. It's not like you have hired a matchmaker or you have joined the dating site, and this means that within the next 2 months, you will meet the love of your life, and in 6 months, you will get engaged. Until the end of the year, you will get married. But if, for example, right now, you will start dating, chances are high that the next New Year's Eve, you will be proposing to your girlfriend. If you start dating now, because you have the time to build a relationship. If you won't start dating now, and for example, you will start dating next December, then of course, next New Year, you won't be proposing to your girlfriend because you won't have a girlfriend.
Yes, I agree with you. And also when you are trying to find for or trying to wait for the right moment, think for yourself as, for example, the right moment is equal for you, for example, the perfect body. So you think that when you have perfect body, then it will be the right moment to start a process, to date someone. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how you will be disappointed if the person whom you meet will not appreciate it? So you were working, for example, for the whole year for this body, and then your better half will say that that your heart is something that I love you for, that your kindness,
Katerina, I think that it can happen that he has worked for a year and really he's in the best shape of his life, but there will be plenty of guys who are
Yeah.
just like naturally taller,
Mhm.
have broader shoulders and thinner like thighs or hips, and they are way more attractive. So if you want to get here an advantage, like a competition advantage in the sense of body, that's not very smart. You have
Absolutely.
to
That.
you
Mhm.
have to start dating if finding the right person and building a relationship is a priority for you. Then you have to start dating now because you will have to invest time there. If you are not sure, you can also start dating. You can see how you feel during the dates, and you will actually learn if meeting the right person is something you need at this moment. Because sometimes you have to go out on a few dates to understand that, you know what, I like my single life. I'd better get myself a bike and clean it in my bathroom
Mhm.
uh, with clean, spotless white towels than have a girlfriend. Then enjoy your bike. It's all the matter of priority, but you have to be very honest with yourself. If your priorities is meeting the woman who can become your girlfriend and fiance, then wife, and you want to do it like within the next few years, so in like 5 years you want to be like married, then you have to start doing it now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I absolutely agree with you that this is the question of priorities. And it's right to be honest with yourself, to understand what is your priority now, and if it will not change tomorrow, if you have decided for you, absolutely, for sure, you're honest with yourself. You understand that it's not something that you have decided just yesterday in the evening, but you understand that the most important thing in your life now is to meet someone and to start working on a relationship, and that you really want a family. Then this is the right moment, the moment when you understand that it's important for you and this is your goal. Then it is the right moment to start building it and to start work on it. And if you want to do it with the help of matchmaker, then it's the right moment to start the matchmaking process.
Guys, I think we'll wrap it up because it's getting quite long. By the way, please share in the comments below this video if you enjoy our longer videos, longer discussions with Katerina. Then we will try to film more videos like this one for you. I also encourage you to check our podcast. So if you like listening to us talking with a slight Eastern European accent, then you can enjoy our longer discussions, of course, dating related discussions, and you will get more dating story there. I will leave the link to our podcast below in the comments below this video. And I want to wish everybody love. And if you think that dating is a priority and you feel ready to hire help, you want to invest into professional help to get your dates because you don't want to waste time online, and then it's the best moment to actually write an email to Katerina@Diolli.com. Katerina will send you back the standard questionnaire. She will answer all your questions, and after that she will schedule a call for you and for me, and we will talk about you, about your dating strategy. We will look for some faults or places where what can be done in a better way, what can be done in an easier way. And then you will decide if international dating is something you should try.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we want to ask you not to forget to enjoy the process. If you have decided to meet someone, then don't forget that it is something that you will really enjoy.
We wish you lots of love. Let's make a heart, and we will see you in the next one.